Next on the news, Pope Leo made history today.
Your faith matters right now, and the church needs you.
A live link-up connected the Holy Father with thousands of American teens, including some from the Diocese of Brooklyn. What words did he share, and why some hope it could ignite a faith revival? She never set out to make history, but in 1963, Pearl Bernardin walked into a Catholic classroom and became one of the firsts.
I was the only black teacher in the whole entire place, and I said, wait a minute, is it possible? And it was true.
For 4 decades, she pushed for diversity when no one else would. Tonight, this pioneering black Catholic educator looks back and asks one powerful question everyone still needs to hear. One ribbon snip and pure happiness. Bayside kids just got the playground of their dreams. Slides, monkey bars, the works, thanks to a big-hearted donor. Plus, never thought we'd see this. A cathedral turns into a rave for an archbishop's birthday. I'm Christine Persicati. Currents News starts right now. Pope Leo XIV is inspiring the next generation of Catholics. Video calling into the National Catholic Youth Conference in Indianapolis so he can speak to thousands of young people from across the country. Among those eagerly listening in the crowd were teens from the Diocese of Brooklyn. It was the moment close to 17,000 young people at the National Catholic Youth Conference had been waiting for. Pope Leo XIV calling in from the Holy See to the United States so he can say to thousands of Catholics from across the country,
Dear young people, dear friends, good morning.
During his first digital visit to his home country, the Holy Father spoke about the spark of faith happening around the world during this Jubilee year.
What a blessing it is to see so many young Catholics seeking the Lord with sincerity and joy.
And after leading them in prayer,
Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with you.
The mic was turned to them, and young people got to ask Pope Leo their burning questions.
How is the church preparing for the future?
When we face challenges or worries about the future, it might be good to remember that promise that Jesus once made to Peter when he said, the gates of hell will not prevail against the church. Jesus will always protect, guide, and love his church.
Among the 22 young Catholics from the Diocese of Brooklyn listening in the crowd with their Bishop Robert Brennan, Jeremy Ferran from Mary of Nazareth Church in Fort Greene says he found reassurance in the Holy Father's words.
If I'm in the church or in the house or wherever I'm at, I'm going to live by God's word because that's what he put emphasis on.
And Rose Katia John Baptiste from Holy Innocents Church in Flatbush felt her faith come alive.
Pope Leo said that when we worship him, we have to worship with joy. And we have to be active in the church as a way to grow closer to God.
And while they wished the Holy Father could have answered more questions, there's still one that tops them all. Will the first American Pope ever physically visit the United States?
I hope that he returns, just like he was saying, we have to have faith.
I think he will. And actually, I think we're looking forward to him with great excitement.
Father Dwayne Davis, pastor of St. Thomas Aquinas in Flatlands and leader of the Vicariate of Black Catholic Concerns Youth Leadership Ambassador Program, says he was most excited to hear Pope Leo's call to young Catholics to take the reins.
You are not only the future of the church, you are the present. Your voices. Your voices, your ideas, your faith matter right now, and the church needs you.
I'm so happy to hear him say that they're not only the future of the church, but they're the present of the church, and they should get involved in their parish community, that they have a voice. And that's something that we do in the ambassador program, is to make sure that our young people have a voice in everything that we do. But I'm so glad to hear the Holy Father say that to them and say that with such a meaning.
It's one that is already resonating with the young people from Brooklyn.
He put emphasis on the fact that we're not only the future, but we are the present. We are the now. And through the now, we can better impact our future and make it better for the ones beneath us.
Eventually, like, we're gonna be the one that's like basically taking over by like coming together as one, praise together, and just following God's footsteps. Before we do anything, we should be like, what would Jesus do? How can we be more like God?
The youth from the Diocese of Brooklyn not only got to know Pope Leo a little better, they also spent time with their shepherd, Bishop Robert Brennan, during the 4-day conference. He says it has been a privilege to get to know the future of the church better.
I'm glad I was able to be there for some time. I was glad to be able to spend time with our own group on Wednesday night over dinner and just to spend some time talking with them and listening to them. They represent two groups of people, the ambassadors and youth ministry group. The ambassadors, diocesan-wise, and the youth ministry group from Mary of Nazareth, Father Henry Torres and Father Dwayne Davis. Those kids are terrific. They're just such an impressive group of young people.
You can read more about the National Catholic Youth Conference and Pope Leo's virtual appearance online at thetablet.org. 30 future medical professionals from Brooklyn's Bishop Lachlan Memorial High School earned their white coats Thursday, marking a milestone in their dream of serving others through medicine. These dedicated seniors each recited their student oath, pledging to pursue knowledge with integrity, guided by Catholic principles, and to harness science for compassionate care of God's children. After receiving their white lab coats at the school's 8th annual White Coat ceremony, the students were honored for completing the rigorous 3-year curriculum. Their hope is that the biomedical program will lead to college credit, preferred admissions, or even scholarships. Now, if you've ever wondered what pure kid happiness sounds like, listen to this. That's the sound of students at Our Lady of the Blessed Sacrament Catholic Academy in Bayside, officially breaking in their brand new playground. We're talking slides, monkey bars, even those upside down climbing steps that look impossible. The whole jungle gym package. Parish pastor Father Bob Whalen gave it a blessing. The ribbon was cut, and the kids basically declared it the best day ever. Big shout out to the Parker family. Their generous donation turned this dream into reality and put smiles on a whole lot of faces. Speaking of school, one Brooklyn woman may not call herself a pioneer, but her 40 years in Catholic education tells a different story. Pearl Bernardin stepped into her first Catholic school classroom as a teacher back in 1963 and quietly blazed a trail, one student at a time. Currents News reporter Jessica Easthope brings us this inspiring story for Black Catholic History Month.
A lot of detail.
Pearl Bernardin peers through a completed Lego set in her home in Springfield, New Jersey.
One that I built myself without a manual. Those are all on the lower
This
shelf.
is how she's spent her years in retirement, creating these, brick by brick.
And then you look for the color.
What Pearl built during her career as a teacher.
All the pieces are here. You just have to find the right place to put them.
Didn't come with a manual or color-coded pieces.
Bring children to the Lord. That was always my goal.
Over her 42-year career, Pearl did bring children to the Lord as the first Black Catholic school teacher in the Diocese of Rockville Center. But her career started in the Diocese of Brooklyn in 1963 with an eye-opening invitation.
I received this thing. It's crucial issues in a crucial era. The first topic they were covering was the integrated classroom, an examination of all its aspects. Picture from the tablet, integration, a major problem in education. They considered it a problem. Well, that's progress, right?
She had only started her teaching career 2 months before she was asked to speak on a topic she felt she knew nothing about.
I was flattered. I'm a nobody, you know? But it planted a thought in my mind, let's start being more aware.
It wasn't until the 1980s, when Pearl moved to teaching in Rockville Center, that it was clear the problem of integration was not just among the student body.
I was the only Black teacher in the whole entire place, and I said, wait a minute, is it possible And it was true.
It was then Pearl took on a new vocation, ridding the Catholic school system of the ugly remnants of segregation.
I didn't set out to be disruptive or to be out there hollering. That's just not my personality. I took it by speaking. Who needs the black teacher?
Pearl didn't know it would remain a problem for her entire career.
Everybody needs to see a black teacher in a school system. Everybody.
But these days, when she's at home, building,
you do your best when it's your turn.
She hopes others picked up where she left off. In Springfield, New Jersey, Jessica Easthope, Currents News.
Inspiring. For the first time in more than 12 centuries, one of the church's most revered treasures has left its home in Mantua and arrived in the Eternal City, the relic of the most precious blood of Christ. The sacred relic, kept since the 9th century in Mantua, a city in northern Italy, will be enshrined through November 25th at San Salvatore in Loro, a church in Rome just across from the Vatican. The faithful are invited to come and pray before it, which is the opportunity of a lifetime since it's joined by two other extraordinary relics, a thorn from Christ's crown and a fragment of the true cross. Tradition holds that this very blood was collected by a Roman centurion, the soldier who pierced the side of Jesus on Calvary and eventually brought to Italy.
It begins precisely at the moment when Jesus is pierced by the spear of the Roman soldier Longinus. This is the name attributed to this man. After performing this act, the soldier, impressed by what he had seen, converts, and he says this is the Son of God. So what does he do? He collects the soil around the cross and the blood that soaked it, and keeps it with him. Back in Rome, he is rewarded with a plot of land in a swampy area. This is where Mantua is located today, which did not yet exist.
At the end of November, the relic will be processed to St. Peter's Basilica and pass through the holy doors before it returns to the Church of St. Andrew in the Lombardy region. Finally tonight, something you wouldn't expect. Let me set the scene. An archbishop's 75th birthday. It's a dance party outside a cathedral with rave lights, a DJ, and a video message from Pope Leo. You still didn't imagine this. Padre Guilherme, widely known as DJ Priest, turned St. Elizabeth Cathedral in Slovakia into a party to remember November 8th, celebrating the 75th birthday of Archbishop Bernard Bober, mixing Marian hymns, Gregorian chants, and techno. The birthday rave opened with a recorded message of hope from the Holy Father, praising all who attended from around the world for their spirit of unity and encouraged them to continue living their faith out loud. Yep, never would have imagined that. That is this Currents News Update. I'm Christine Persichetti. Thank you for joining us because we are putting your faith in the news. Hope to see you again next time.